I wanted to give some value to people that are looking for DJ quotes because it's the number one question that I get. It's how much do you cost? There's a couple of things that DJs need in order to produce a quote for you. So I'd like to share those with you so you can get a quote sooner, and also cover a couple of things that you should know before hiring a DJ in order to kind of cut through the BS, because you're going to go through a sales process anytime you become a quote inquiry for a DJ. So the first thing you need to know is that what DJs need to quote is they need to know your venue is. That means, do they need to travel? Do they need to book a hotel? How far do they need to go? They also need to know the start times. The times that you start playing music from guest arrival all the way through the last song of the night. And then that will predicate what equipment they need. Another thing that they need is to know, is your ceremony separate from your reception? So that means that if you're getting married at a church that's 2 miles down the street and your reception's at a private venue, let's say a home, then we're going to need 2 different sound systems, and we might need 2 different DJs, or we need to figure out how we can best accommodate that. So venue, where is it? Times, start and end times. Do we need separate equipment? And then from there, they can start building equipment. Now, where you need to start is your budget. You need to know how much you want to spend in order to go out there and start performing your market research in order to figure out what DJ is best for you. I'm gonna just stratify it for you real quick. There's the bottom of the barrel DJs. These are hobbyists that just have rented speakers. That's what I was when I was doing nightclubs exclusively. I didn't own speakers because the nightclub did that, right? So I rented speakers from Guitar Center. Nothing bad with that. But some of these people are hobbyists, right? So my main job was doing nightclubs for 8 years, and I supplemented nightclubs with weddings. Some hobbyists just don't have the experience that more established DJs are. So the hobbyists are somewhere under $600. In my experience, just from what I get, those hobbyists will cancel on you last minute in order to get $500 instead of $400 and leave you in the dust. So book with caution. Then the level above that would be your mid-grade, mid-tier DJ. These are people that have maybe 1 to 3 years experience. They kind of know what they're doing. They're not gonna be able to troubleshoot like professionals. They're not gonna be able to really help you out as best as the professionals will, but for the most part, you're gonna get an okay job. Ego is always a concern for DJs, right? I keep hearing about these people that are mid-grade DJs that get hired and then they play their own music and like, you hired me, I'm a personality, I'm an artist. Well, that's egoical and shameful and disrespectful to the wedding, because forever your wedding will be tainted as the one where rap music was played exclusively and it wasn't as fun as it could have been. So every single time you look at your photographs, you just get reminded of that. And I think that's so rude. It's horrible. So then those people in this position that are hiring these low-grade DJs or these mid-grade DJs, they would have easily paid double or $500 more in order to get them more professional DJs. And those are DJs that have done this for a long time. Boise Mobile DJ. I've been DJing for 13 years, 8 years in a nightclub, 4 years in radio full time. I've done it longer than I've done anything else. There's not much I haven't seen in a wedding, and that's really, really important because no weddings go as planned. So you have these professional DJs. These are ones that are going to be able to provide you really stress-free entertainment and play to your expectation and help meet your vision. And that's super important. And that's what you're paying for, is that experience and that vendor that you can trust in order to really carry out your wedding to what your expectations are. So budget, figure out what you want. Low grade DJs, those are up to $600. Then from 600 to 1,000, you have your mid-grade, and then your professionals can be starting as at $1,000. I remember when I was starting out doing weddings, I would charge $1,000, and I would just book as many as possible. And now our packages start at $1,195 and move up. So the second thing you're going to need is your rough timeline. So a lot of DJs, how they charge is based off, let's say it's $600 for 3 hours of entertainment, and then it's an additional fee for every hour or half hour after that. My head spins thinking about this. I hate the way the wedding industry charges that way. At Boise Mobile DJ, we charge completely different. We charge per the event. We know we're going to be there. So with this rough timeline, you're going to need that in order to get a quote. That means if you have an idea where your ceremony is going to start, let's say you start at 4:30. Most venues in the Treasure Valley, they have a noise ordinance at 10, so you're not going to play music past 10. So at least you know what your end time is. If you're at a private venue out in the sticks, then mark it somewhere. 11 o'clock is a great place to put. 10 o'clock, sure. I mean, that's the standard, but mark 11, go for it. It's going to be fun, right? At least if that's what your expectation is. So let's say you start at 4:30, the ceremony, and you end at 10, right? You want some music for guest arrivals, so we're going to say that you want music from 4 to 10, that's 6 hours. Most DJs start their packaging at like 3 hours for $600 and $100 every half hour following that. It's hard for me to do the math. I don't do it that way, but really, that's going to start adding up. So being able to provide those times is going to help that DJ produce a quote for you more quickly. Knowing if your ceremony's in a separate location than your reception, that helps the DJ as well because you're going to get charged extra. So if it's X amount for 3 hours and X amount per half hour following that, then you need to know it's separate venue, so it's going to be X amount for your separate satellite system. Because you can't just tear down a system in the ceremony, tear it all down and set it up for the reception. That's not a good way to go. So you have to ask your DJ if they have a separate satellite system or a separate dedicated system for the sorry, my dogs. Hey, shh. Hey. A separate system for the ceremony and the reception. So that helps too. So we have your budget, you know how much you want to spend, and then you have your timeline. The last thing is equipment, how much or rather, if you need equipment for your satellite system, let me back up there. Equipment, you're going to need to know if you need that satellite system and you prefer that because that's really important and it's best for quick transitions. Also, lapel microphones. A lot of DJs will quote based off a price with a handheld microphone, which is like, who does that? In my opinion, get a lapel microphone. I mean, it's $600 and it's an investment in your DJ equipment. So ask about equipment. At Boise Mobile DJ, we have 2 wireless microphones that are interchangeable all night between handheld and lapel. I can change microphones in under a minute and get someone mic'd up. We do it for the ceremony. We can mic for the vows. I mic up the groom and hide the lapel mic so you can't see it in the pictures. And I also lapel up the officiant. So equipment helps too. And if you want lighting, go for it. Personally, at Boise Mobile DJ, we don't offer lighting. I don't find it necessary, and I also find that it kind of impedes on the pictures that are taken later in the night. That's my opinion. Some people love lighting. Up lighting looks beautiful, but the kind of weddings that we do that are really fun weddings, I feel you just don't need it. We keep our prices low for a reason because we only provide things that you truly need, like a wireless microphone, dedicated systems. So those are some 3 things there. That will help you get some pricing. At Boise Mobile DJ, again, our prices start at $11.95. You pay per the event, not by the hour, which is super helpful with budgeting. Some variables, of course, are you getting married in McCall? Because we'll need to get a hotel and get miles to go up there. So I hope that's really helpful for you. I know that every single client that I sit in front of, I tell them, hey, listen, get a quote from another DJ, see how that works. It's a personal decision. So once you get a couple of quotes from DJs, sit back, talk to your fiance, and figure out who you felt like you'd like to work with, because that's really important too. It's not just price. You want to make sure that you have someone that you trust and someone that has just checks all the boxes and someone you feel comfortable in placing the whole wedding in your hands. This is David at Boise Mobile DJ. Thank you so much.